Excellent. So we're going to be going into clarity on our business ambition, get clear on your business mission, vision, and values, understand your stoppers, and know your ideal customers, and learn the application of business innovation in today's world. I cannot mix it up because I know we have mixed group here. So, but everything is relevant and it's related to somebody. Right, let's go. Quickly, I know I've heard people like, yeah, who is our favorite again? Okay, the name you will have known me as when we were in school will have been Iyabo or Konlawon. But there's a long story to that, which I'm not going to share today. I changed my name. It's a long story, but I'm not going to go into that today. For the purpose of this session, I'm going to share with you quickly, and I believe some of us will have gone through similar thing. When I was to go to the university, you agree with me, most of us from Africa, parents mostly choose career for us. You'd either be a doctor, nurse, accountant. And one thing I could say about myself is that I've always loved beautiful things, nice things. Then when I was young, when I see people working in the bank with their skirts and suits, I always admire them. And I'm like, yeah, I really wish to be like this. And nobody in my family went to school. I was the first graduate in my family. There's a long story to that, which I said I will not share today. So I went to the university to study banking and finance as a result of the fact that, yeah, you have to be an accountant. Yeah, I want to look good. And in order for me to look good and beautiful, I have to go to the university to study an accountant or law or, So I did that. I had my business on the side right from Nigeria. I had a retail business. Later on, I moved on to wholesaler, where I was supplying retailers within same business brand. I then relocated to the UK. When I got to the UK, it was a new ball game and I have to start from the scratch again. And for me, I hadn't really worked before. So it was really hard, me getting on the ladder of career here. But I had that vision, don't forget, I want to work as an accountant or banking and finance. But what we call banking and finance back in Nigeria then was people work in the bank. But here, it's retail. They regard it as retail. It's the same, whether you work in a retail shop or you work as a cashier in a bank, kind of the same pay range, So I made my way up to where I am now. I'm a management accountant. I work full-time, and I also have my business on the side. Now, the point where I'm trying to drive out here is that at the end of the day, on the parts of my journey for being a management accountant, it was really rough because I now, later on in life, I realized that I'm not really a number person. I'm not really a number person. I get bored easily. It's just not in me. But the only part of me that I could see is people. Tony, do you have a question? Yeah, I get you unmuted. Did you want to ask a question?
No. First.
Okay.
Secondly, sorry.
Thank you. So I realized that I'm not really a number person. I now had to readjust my career plan to look for still something within finance. Because then, by the time I realized I was already 40, so I was like, do I have to start all over again? If I have to start all over again, going through that journey again. So I now have to strategize that. What else can I do within finance that meets with my core value? Helping people, putting a smile on people's face, just supporting people, taking stress off them. And I found out about me doing like finance business partnering, which is what I currently do. So I'm enjoying it. And then my business came through. Out of self-discovery, I realized that my passion is actually supporting people, helping people bringing their problem. I strategize for them, and especially in the area of business and life generally. And that was how Talent Brand was created. So that is me done. If you have a chance, as I've said, if you can be popping your name through the chat menu, yourself, what you do, and what you're looking to get out of this session, that would be appreciated. So without further ado, let's just go straight into business. So what does success mean for you? Now I would like to see some comments in the chat box. What does success mean to you? Individual, what it means to us might be different. Is it possible? Let's get engaged and keep, because of time, if we are to unmute and talk, it might become noisy background, picking up and all that, but with chat, it will be quicker for us. So if you can be dropping things there, I'll be reading it out, say what everyone has said. I understand some of us might be at work and we might not be able to do much, but I would really appreciate anyone who is available to input some things. What will you consider as being successful? Anyone? I don't want to believe we are shy here, or everyone is busy doing something else. Right. So success could be more customer to you if you already have a business. Success could be great market share, wider reach and coverage, or raving reviews based on the service you provided. Okay, I got some messages coming through.
Okay.
Not working for a living, enjoy what I do. Yeah. Someone saying, yeah, my name is Adini. Success to me is when you fulfill with all your accomplishments. Absolutely. So for a business person, it could also be making an impact. So actually, whether you're a business person, whether you're not a business person, that is why we made this one the last one. So really, success should be making an impact. So right now, we want to review what we do, whether we are working full-time, whether we have our business. Am I making an impact in my world? Am I making an impact? So now let's now move further to look at this. I got this pizza here. If you want to look at it, it's like a tree of life. So a lot of time, many of us, we mix up, this success thing that, until I have money, I have wealth, I have riches, that is when I'm successful. That is when I'm happy, whereas it is not. So when you look at this tree of life, it's got different things: family, spiritual, friends, work, wealth, mental, leisure, health. So your tree of life might have more things than this. It might not have up to this. It might have different things. But what this tree is saying is that to find success and happiness in life, you must be ready to take the wheel. So I found out that in life, career, being in charge of your destiny, embracing and accepting the responsibility, make it more likely that you're actually achieving those dreams. So looking at those, I call them pizza. This is the first activity we're going to do quickly. So if you can quickly draw something, if you have that chance, or you can take a screenshot of it, this is very, very important. You can do it at home. Draw this thing and put your different section of your life. Where are you? So this is a meeting point where it's a you. So how close are you? So you want to plot it like graph. I'm sure a lot of us we did maths in school, didn't we? So this is a bit of mathematics here. So draw where are you? So now in friends, keeping relationship, maintaining healthy relationship with friends. Where are you? How good are you to your friends? How helpful are you to your friends? How often do you check on people who are really there for you, who you've known? So you want to score yourself. This is where you are. So if you're really, really good, you want to go up to like 10. 10 is a great range, 0 to 10. So spiritual does not necessarily mean religion per se. Is your relationship, how you're able to meditate, how you're able to, relate your relationship even to God as well, but not just the church that you go, if you know what I mean. So in terms of wealth, it could be how wealthy you are, your money life balance, mental health as well. How are you mentally? Health-wise, how are you? So you want to rate yourself. and score yourself. Now, the next thing to do is now assume. Assuming this is a wheel in your car and you intend to drive, how does it feel? Does it all equal? Well, we know that we can't drive without a balanced wheel. It has to be balanced, which means all these aspects of our lives needs to be balanced. And that is where we need to start from. So if there's anything that is not balancing, that is, look at the way this one is, what do you want to start working on now? It's very, very important, to get our happiness, we have to get that responsibilities. So we're going to start here. Now, in order for us to get this satisfaction, happiness, success in whatever we are doing, whether in our career, in our personal life, there are a few things that will stop us from reaching our purpose. Thank you, everyone who has joined later on. We are just, we're just starting. We've done a bit of activities in the past. This is being recorded, so that is good. We can share with the group later on. We've looked at, our tree of life, where we should be, and if we are not there, to adjust it and start working on things that will make us to be happy and be successful. So we're going to look at what can stop us from being where we really want to be. We want to start from there. It's always good to start from what is not working. Why won't it work? So the first thing is lack of vision or focus. So lack of clarity is a major stumbling block to success. And to avoid this, we need to first of all write out our purpose. What do we actually want? Where do we actually want to be? Including both long and short-term goals. Then the next thing is time. We are all busy. We have children. I'm speaking with you. I have young kids. My first one is 10, and my last one, they are set of twins. They are 6. So, and I work full time. I have my own business. I have other online group that I co-host as well. So we are all busy doing one thing or the other, but we need to learn to use our time wisely as well. Otherwise, time will become our enemy. We all have 24 hours, and that's what everybody has. And it's not going to change. I've heard people say, yeah, I will do it later when things become better. I've heard especially women saying, when my children grow up, I will think of my business. But the thing is that the to-do list doesn't end, does it? It doesn't. So even when the children are gone to the university, you're still looking after them. Even when they are married, seriously, we are still looking after them. There are still things to be done. And what I'm beginning to find out is that many people that I support on a one-to-one to start their business, they are actually between the range of 50 and above. And I sat myself down, I began to think about it. Why are people just realizing they have to set up their own business at this age? Of course, I started late as well. But you can imagine if they started around 30, 35, we'll have had a lot of people of our community in the great places. But probably because of fear, lack of vision, things like this, holding them back. So it's high time we just wake ourselves up is that the best time to do anything is now. There is no better time. It is now. So the next thing is consistency. Whatever we are doing, we want to give everything we want. When we say consistency, it does not mean repeating the same thing, especially for a business person. You have to embrace change, but let people know you for your words. Let people know you for the value that you hold. That is the consistency there. And attitude. So by all means, you want to avoid negative people and negative activities. Starting from ourselves, we have to start from ourselves. Negative people will drain your energy and hinder your progress. So you see people who haven't gone through a thing before and you are relying on them to support you or to empower you. No, we might not get that support because they haven't been there before. It's not their fault that they can't help. It's not their fault that they are criticizing, but because they haven't been there before. And your vision is different from their vision. And another big one is fear. Fear stops a lot of us from moving forward. Most people that I support when we start a business strategic session, What do you want to do? What kind of business you want to do? I don't know. Some like they have big vision, but they're like, no, I think I can achieve that in the next 15 years. Why? Fear. How can I do it? I'm a woman. I'm a single parent. I'm from minority group. I'm Black, I'm brown, I'm white. All those fears. Nobody does this in my family. This is men's job. Those are the fears that is holding a lot of us back. And the good news is that most of the fear, the thing that we call fear, they never exist. Seriously, they never exist. We are the one who instigates the fear. And as a result, since we are the author of the fear, we have to unfear the things and move forward. Whether we have to crawl or bend, let's remove the fear and start taking on what we have to do. So now let's start on the pillar. Whether you already have a business now in this group or you're planning to have one, this is the foundation. Your why, what is the business about? Why do you want the business? And how do you want the business to be? So we want to get clear on our business purpose. These are the questions you want to ask. Why? What are you in this world to achieve? And what is the purpose of that business? Because as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, it's like one-man show. You drive the business. Your personality transfer into your business, whether you like it or not, if you know what I mean. And that is what makes your brand. Actually, we're going to be discussing branding on Saturday. So why was your business created? So I know many people haven't had time to really dig deep, down to ask these questions. And this is the reason the business is opened and in 2 years it's closed down, because we had wrong mission. We had mission to make profits. Yes, the ultimate goal is to make profits, especially if you're doing commercial. However, that shouldn't be the main mission of the business. If your main mission is on money making, then I'm afraid by the end of 2 years, that business is closing, because you might not make money in the first year of running your business. You might be funding that business with your savings. So if you're hoping to start making money and you're not making it, then frustration sets in. And that is why you must not make money as your main reason for starting a business. So the next question is, why is this business important to me? Because before you do something and excel in it, it must be important to you. The why must be very, very strong. The why, each time you think about your why of starting a business or being in a career, must make you wake you up at night and make you think. The why must make you sometimes even burst into tears that I really want to do this. I really want to make a change. I really want to do something. So that why is very, very important. And this is what most people get, it get a bit tricky to get to your why, but it's very possible. And the last thing there is how. Once your why is clear to you, how is very easy. How is your vision? How are you going to achieve this why? So how is very, very easy. Now, when we're talking about your mission, your vision, I've been talking about mission, vision is very, very vital that you get it clear from the very, very beginning, because they express your business purpose to customers and suppliers and even the media. These statements are the words that you use to explain your organization, company, the purpose, the direction you want to take people to. So you see, it's very, very important. Those words are the words they will find on your website. Many of us will have had websites that people just copy and paste things from online and put it to your website for you without you even, taking a step backward and say, hey, wait a minute, is this me? That word, that vision, that mission must replicate you. So they become the very foundation upon which, you build a solid, sustainable, and growing business. So you must have seen, maybe in some sites, I put this image here that says, this must be the place. So when they see those words, they can tell, oh, this is talent brand. Oh, this is Adeni's business. Yeah, it must be. That language, yeah, that's the language he uses. Oh, that color. So vision is, the long term of your mission. And your value is where mission and vision is based. So to help with values, because I've come across a lot of, people that, when we talk about values, they don't even know what it is. How do I know what my values are? That is a very, very important one, because without knowing your values, you can't drive a mission. You can't have a vision. So what are your values? Your values are those things that you base your decisions on. When you sleep at night, that thing that makes you to wake up in the morning thinking, hey, this needs to be done, those are your values. They are the things that you base your decisions or your behavior on when you look at it. I've heard people say integrity. There's a lot in this. I have a course on its own that I call self-identity that differentiates between beliefs and values, because we tend to mix them up. Beliefs are what is imposed on us by the society, by environment, by our parents. And a lot of us, many of us, we picked the beliefs because that's what we knew. But now you have conflicts. When we make decisions, this is when you see that something is telling you go right, another one is telling you go left. You see, the belief system and your blueprint, they're kind of contradicting. There's a bit of, analysis work here that, could really help you to deep down, what do I actually represent? What do I represent? Remember when I was sharing my story of where I was thinking of the course to do in the university? You see, my belief system told me that for me to be able to look well and, work in a good place, I have to go to the university. Whereas I don't actually have to. But my value is looking good. However, the belief is saying you must go to the university. So, building on your talents. So, I want to call out the attention of maybe if you haven't started your business, or even if you already started your business, this area I want to share a little bit more on people who are planning of starting their own business or starting it in a better style. Probably you're already a startup, or you're like, oh, I'm not sure. So why is it important to discover and build on your talents? You see, the business name is Talent Brand. So I believe that we are all created uniquely and we have something unique about us that we can offer. And that uniqueness is what makes the difference in whatever we choose to do. I mean, I can have a speaker in the house now, an international speaker and all that, but this person can never speak like me. Only me can speak whatever I want to speak. Only her can speak whatever she has to speak, and that is the uniqueness. So research found out that pursuing your passion both lower your stress and contribute to greater happiness. It comes easy with no stress. It makes you work towards achieving your goals and purpose in life. You will be a part of those who create wealth for the economy and adding value to your community as well. You'll be one of those who provide solution to the world-known problems. That is when you decide to use your passion to reach your potentials. And obviously, ideas don't come fully formed. You will need to work on them to become formed and viable. You see the image I used there, you see there's a difference between the parts that are weaved and the parts that are not. The part that are weaved, she looks nice and, and that is what happened once you refined your talent, your expertise, your experience. I did a formula here. For the mathematician in the house, I'm not. So ideas will become a passion when you have ideas. You could turn into a passion, and that could turn into a talent. And also, you become an expert in it because you now worked on it, you develop it, you become an expert. Okay. The first question we need to ask, if you are at this point where you're like, okay, I want to start my business, is first of all, what is my life purpose? Why am I in this world? I know this question sounds easy. Yeah, I'm here, you know. Can I actually, let me challenge you. Can I have something in the chat box? Why are you in this world? Why are you here? Can I hear from people in the chat box? Can I hear, you know, why are you here? Let's know, let's hear it from you. I'm waiting, we're waiting. Anyone coming forth? Oh yeah, yeah. So I have to provide solutions to issues. Okay, not exactly sure, to be honest. Oh, I like that honest. I like that honest. Being honest. Thank you for that. Yeah, I've heard that, so I'm not surprised. When I have session with people, I sometimes say, you know what, there are some analysis that we have to do, personality tests and all that. We're going to do, I'm going to get you, some of us here, and people will be joining the next session to carry out some analysis, online personality tests to actually to have more clarity. And, you know, people say, you know what, I don't even know my weakness. I don't know my strengths. And I say, hey, go and have a meeting with your son. You have grown-up kids, they will be honest with you. Those are the people who wouldn't deceive you. Your husband might not tell you the truth so that you wouldn't deny you wouldn't deny him of something that's nice. So go to your kids, they'll be honest with you. So I'm not surprised that you say that. Somebody says, I want to start a new business. Yeah, okay. So now, why are you here in this world? So this question is very, very important for you to start doing all those, the wheel of life and your mission, your vision. I got my answer from the Bible. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be religious here. I got it from the Genesis, where it's read that go to the word, go and build, increase, multiply, and possess. The way I translate it is that, okay, we are in this world. He said we should go and create. When you create, you increase. That means you're creating more. Multiply so that there will be enough for everyone. You can imagine a world where there is no limitation, a world where you find things that people are doing different things. There won't be lack. And until you get to that level, you can possess and dominate. How can you possess when you are not a voice? How can you dominate? How can you conquer when you are not a voice? So you need to, you know, multiply first. Yes, individual purpose here has, somebody asked a question, is there no individual purpose we could have? Yes. So that is your first step. So the first step in you knowing that I'm in this world to increase, to build, to make things available for others to use. So now getting to your own individual at this point too. What are your values? You know, I've spoken about the value because I know it's something that you can't run away from. What are your decisions based on, as I said earlier on? So you now have to find out your values. What are your core values? From your core values, you find your key strengths and weaknesses. By the way, weaknesses are not bad at all. They are good. Weaknesses are good. What is important is for you to utilize your weaknesses to your advantage. So you now know your values. You now know, you know, your strengths, you know your weaknesses. So you know your weaknesses, you now use that to add value, to create value based on your life purpose. So if, for instance, let me just pick a random gifts. So you love to sing. You just love to sing, or you just love to talk. Some people just love to talk. You know, they don't get tired. If you ask them a question, oh my goodness, they will give you step by step of how it happened and things like that. You might want to do a talk show. And a talk show, now, in order to fulfill your purpose, how does this talk show helps me to fulfill my purpose? Helping people. You might want to do a talk show on, with children with disability. Get their voices heard. Or single parents who feel rejected. You might want to do a talk show on that. See, you're enjoying what you're doing because that is your passion. So your strength, your strength is talking, is sharing people up, you're doing it. Also, you are impacting your world. You are impacting the single parents, you're impacting the children, with disability. And not just services, it could be a product. You look for a problem in a society. When you look at most of the things that are invented today, they are invented from problems. You look for a problem in the society and say, I want to get rid of this problem. I know it's not big, but we can start somewhere. And you start providing solutions so that even if people have to pay for it, but you're providing that solution. So that is how you can find your own personal purpose. I hope I answered that question, even though we are not in Q&A yet. So the next point is my vision. So now you know what you want to, your mission. So your mission is to give a voice to disabled children or single parents. What long-term vision, short and long vision do you have? What impact, long-term impact do you want to make? These parents, single parents who felt rejected, who have been carrying the loads alone, do you want to help them in the long run to get good job, start their own business, or make them feel sufficient so that they gain their energy back, they get their melter being back? Will you need support in this area? Will you need to collaborate? Will you need government support? Will you need to create a group? So long-term vision, you can't get to long-term vision until your mission is clear, you write it down, and you now progress. I'm conscious of time. So how do I determine my passion and strength? This is another lovely question. I know when I ask people, like, yeah, I have my strength. But when we get to one-to-one and I'm like, okay, tell me what are your strengths? People are like, you know what, I don't even know. So there might be someone here who say, you know what, I don't know. So, and I've seen people who are saying, yeah, my passion is prayer. Praying is not a passion, I'm sorry. So what are your key strengths? What comes naturally to you in order to help you now? What comes naturally? So I will encourage you, obviously, I'm going to share this video, but if you can write along, it will really help. I enjoy writing in sessions like this so that I can go later on and work on them. They are really, they will help us a lot to get to where we really want to get to. So what comes naturally that, you don't get tired of doing? What are your skill sets? So some of us, we probably find ourselves in a 9-to-5 job or doing certain jobs. And after a period of time, you've become an expert in it. You know it so much that you can teach others. That means you're an expert in it. That means you can teach others. So that becomes your talent. So what problem do people bring to you to solve for them? Think about it. Oftentimes they bring the same problem. That means you're good in that. They know you're good. They have confidence in you. So that is part of your talent as well. And what are your weaknesses? As I said earlier on, weaknesses is not a bad thing. We see somebody who know how to talk. They talk a lot. So some of us, we are like, oh, she talked too much. Oh, no. But seriously, that talking too much can be converted into something else. She could be a researcher. She could create a talk show. She could, And also, do you have a story? What story can you share to motivate others? What story can people hear from you and they will say, wow, the same thing happened to my mom. Wow. You went through that journey, you overcome it, you picked your lesson learned, you learn new ways of doing things, and you're happy to share it with people, and you know that there are people that will benefit from this. That could be something you could use as a product or services. So the next step is to recognize the opportunities that are available to you within those strength areas, your expertise, your stories, and everything. What are the opportunities that are available to you? And I think I must have mentioned along the line, what challenges do customers suffer in your current place of work? So if you are working now, what kind of problem do you see? I know a lot of us, and coming from our background, government is doing their own thing. We are always there talking about how the government is not doing the right thing, how it should have been done. If it was you, this is what you would have done. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Honestly, go for it. If you know a better way of doing something that is a business idea for you, seriously, trust me, that project might look massive, giant, but a step at a time will take you there. Determination, and if it aligns with your values and with your why, you do it. And really, that is what you can start with. So what has been an ongoing challenge in your local community? The same thing. And did you receive a great service somewhere? Maybe you went somewhere, you go great service, and you're like, wow, you can implement similar thing, borrow that idea into your business, into your new business, and make it your own. And also using your weaknesses to your own advantage as well, as I said. Now, so you got all these points here and there. Now, how can you now develop those talents? How can you convert them into a business? How can you start building on your passion or on your ideas? First of all, create a prototype. So creating a prototype is doing like a sampling, even whether it's a service, whether it's a product. Do a sample, share it with people. If it's a product, share it with people and ask for their feedback. Or you might as well start earning before you even start selling. So for instance, in case of a product, let's say you love to bake cakes and you're really wishing to take that to the next level, and a friend or colleague is, child is having a birthday party, you say, you know what, I'm going to do the birthday cake for your son. Rather than charging you 5,000 naira, I will charge you 2,005 and I will do it well. One, you're making money before you start selling. Two, it's an opportunity to show what you have and what you can do. Three, you get feedback. So the feedback helps you to get better at what you do. And it also helps you to showcase in your social media or to other customers who might want to buy from you. Also, volunteer. So if you're currently working now and you get to that point where I got to, and you're like, you know what, I don't think this is the right place for me. I actually, rather than being in finance department, I want to be in business analyst units. How can I get there? This is where my passion is. Go volunteer. Ask your manager you want to really learn to do it. One, you learn new skills. Two, if there's a vacancy in that unit, they will consider you first because you've given your time. Even if it's not convenient, it's part of the sacrifices that you have to make your why happen. And for somebody who have a business, I mean, there is here in England they have this shop called egg-free cake. It became really popular, and they say you're a bake, you bake cake, and you really want your cake to be outstanding as well, maybe like them. Go there and volunteer. Borrow their ideas. Make it your own. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be your competitors. And you must do something to outshine them. So you need to see what they are doing. Why are people rushing their cake? Why are people going to buy from them? What is it? What is unique about them? and what can you do to collect their customers. So also networking. Networking, when you see an event like this, join, tell people what you do, share ideas, look for opportunities to collaborate. Follow people who are doing the similar thing that you're doing. Sometimes, even if you have to pay, it saves you money, it saves you time, because they've been through the journey before. You can get idea from them. And get professional support as well, mentor, coaching. It takes a lot of time. Honestly, it takes a lot of time. And the last thing there is that all this starting business, doing business is not just about you, as I said earlier on. It's not about how much I can make. It's not even about your talent, passion. Sorry, I have to be direct. It's about the people. And a lot of us, we mix this out. We talk about, I want to create this product. I want to sell this product. If I can sell 10 in a month, I will make $100 in a month. And it's not about us. Whereas it should be the other way around. Because when we are busy helping other people, our own needs will be met. Definitely, I've seen it. Our own needs will be met. So anything we are doing for business owners here, for people who are looking to start business, it's all about your clients. It's all about your audience. What do they actually need? It's not what you have. So on the big scale, if we are to take this session to very level of you starting a business, I have a program on it on its own. We have, before you develop your product, we now have to go into research. What do people need? So you have this talent, you want to give the talent, you want to show your talent, you want to fulfill your purpose, but do people need what you're giving? Do they need cake? Seriously, do they? Or if they do, what kind of cake do they need? What is the pressing need for them that you can use your talent, your expertise to solve? Basically, that is what it is. So you might want to start thinking about it now, that my customers, even if you already have a business, what do my customer actually need? What keeps them awake at night? What keeps them awake at night? You need to find out what it is. You need to find out what it is. Until then, whatever you're selling, if you're selling is based about your own mission alone, I'm sorry. I am sorry. So let's move on. Then collect feedback in good faith. Take as much feedback as you can. As I said, it will help you to improve. It will also help you to shine, to use it to shine in your, on your social media page and to other customers who might want to buy from you. So to cover the aspect of business setting up, or even if you already started, these are the principles that you can apply. I think Ogamusiba helped us to share this in the group. This is a workbook that you might want to walk through. It covers everything we've talked about, but obviously we are all different, everybody with their own circumstances and their own mission and values. So it will be good if you can do this at your own time. And the first step, so you can use this table. Most of the questions we've asked, we've answered them here. So what is your talent and your passion? You need to find out what they are. Sometimes you might have up to 10. You now have to re-rank them. Which one is most easy for you? So the second column is what do you do it for? So now, for instance, somebody who loves talking, for instance, you just know that you can't stop talking. You just enjoy talking. When you're talking, it's like energy booster for you, let's put it that way. That means that's you. That's you. So who will benefit from my talking? So this is this column. That is the way you should position the question. Who can benefit from my talking? Who can benefit from my singing? Look around. Who is it that when I talk, it will motivate them, to make them feel better? It will be a group of people. So you want to name them on each of those talents. Then the third column is what do these people want? So now it's not just about your passion, your talent. Well, these people you named here, what do they actually want? What is their pain? What do they need? What is it that they just can't do without having it, but they don't have it? They struggle. So for instance, if you have a nursery, that you're running a nursery or a crèche, yeah, you're providing the service and all that. But the parents, they've been dropping their kids with you. Have you taken time to ask for feedback? What do they actually need? It's far, far from dropping their kids with you. There are more things that they need to happen. So if you already have a business and you don't know, the tip I'm going to give you is to do a research. Go back to your group of customers and throw out a research and tell them to complete it for you, that you need it for a project. If you have that feedback back, seriously, those are new lines of actions and products and services for yourself. So the last column is, what transformation will your solution bring to them? So the reason why this column is also important is that, but at the end of the day, you're using this column to create a product or service. At the end of the day, you must be able to say, hey, my name is Favor Onabanjo. I'm passionate. I love talking, and I'm going to use my talent, my voice to inspire single parents who have thought, who feel rejected, who thought that is the end of the world. So what do they want? I know you need confidence. You need somebody to encourage you. You need somebody there. You need somebody to be able to share your burden with. You need your children to turn up well. You see, you are addressing their pain. When they see you have that kind of mission, people are like, wow, I love this. I want to follow this one. I want to buy from this person. I want to come to our show. So you now say, when you join our program, when you buy from me, you will get this. So that is the transformation of them coming into contact with you. I will teach you how to bring up a godly children. I will teach you how to I will show you Our program will So people want to, I'm sure many of you joining this session today, like, what am I getting from this session? What is it about? So that is it. People want to know before they get committed, before they pay for something, they want to know the value they are getting. So you need to be able to spell it out. So the second step is the question I've asked before: what do you want a business for? What is your expectation? What is your output result that you're expecting? Your ideas, what do you need it for? So your immediate what would be, because I want freedom, I want to take time out so that I can have time for my family, I just want to have a business, or my family have a business, that's fine. That's what. Then this big one is why. That is the most important one. Why? So when you're answering your why, it's more, they say purpose is more important than the object. So that why should be something that connects you to your purpose in life, because you just want to help people, because you just want to cancel a particular trend or a particular product that should be out of date. You want to introduce new one, even if you're starting small. So the next thing is, how do I do it? Now, how do you do it? Do research on your competitors who are doing the same thing, and do a prototype, start testing the products and services, then launch. Obviously, it's very easy the way I said it. There's a lot that goes into it. So I think I'm going to leave this till next session, because it's a bit area. How well do you know your customers? So if you already have a business, how well do you know your customers is very, very important. And you might be asking, why do I need to know my customers? They just buy. When I ask people, like, who are your target audience? They say, anybody. Yeah, I just sell. So if your own idea of customer is just to sell to anybody, then you don't have a customer, unfortunately. So it's very, very important to know your ideal customer from demographic, from psychographic. because we're going to do Q&A. Let me see if I can quickly run them. So who are the people who are likely to need your products? Who are those people? Based on what we said earlier on, who really need what you're selling, what you're promoting? What challenges are they having? So you need to put this in a table to create like a customer avatar. And sometimes as a business owner, you might have more than one customer avatar. In most cases, you will have more than that. So let's use an example of somebody who wants to support single parents. So you have these parents, this single parents who might ranges from different ages. Maybe the young one, that's an age for itself, maybe the older one, and sometimes you might need to be supporting their children as well. So that's 3 customer avatars. So you need to be specifically create an avatar for each of your client base. So what does your customer ultimately need and want? Not what you want to sell. Not what is in your showroom. No, what do they need? That is the only way you can sell. So if you think your neighbor is selling Coke and Fanta and people are rushing, and you say you want to sell Coke and Fanta, seriously, for who? And everybody is not your customers. The moment we get to that mindset of, yeah, if I can sell to this one, sell to that one, no. There's so much, many sellers out there. Many sellers, so you want to create a small niche for yourself. So I'm just reading a comment. Somebody said, just to pick back on your previous comment, I suppose a person can be passionate about praying as with singing to impact other people's life. Oh, I understand that. Can't be one. Yeah, that's, I don't see that. Oh, wait, it could be a career. Yeah, people do full-time pastor as a career. So far, if you're praying, if that is what you do solely, and you're impacting life, yeah, what is important is impacting. And you're using what you have to do that. But in terms of life fulfillment, we now go to that wheel that we checked earlier on and see every part. Am I fulfilled? Because the thing is that, let's assume that you're doing that, and at the end of the day, you look at your finance, there's no cover in your accounts. You can't meet up certain financial responsibility. Then at the end of the day, you don't feel fulfilled. You're just like, yeah, I'm praying for these people. They are impacting, but there are few things that they probably want to see in my life as well as a proof. So this is where some strategies we need to come in to strategize how you can probably create a monetizing aspect of the business. So what does your customer ultimately need? And it doesn't matter what kind of business this one is, you need to be aware of what the customers need. What do they actually need? What advantage or benefit does your service give them? Why is your business better than the other person, the competitors? And how can you build a relationship with your customers? Don't let your customer, don't leave them. Because if you leave them, there are tons of competitors who are ready to snatch them. So, okay, thank you. So you don't want to leave your customer, you don't want to lose them. You just leave them in the lose. Just ensure you continue to engage with your customers. Find out from them, hear feedback. How did you find it? How was it? And take it on board. So say, what is the solution to a pastor if he's not financially okay? Well, as I said, the first thing I can say is, that's inner satisfaction. But if the finance, we look at that wheel, the finance is weak, it's not right, then there are things, when you look at it, some of us, we have like 10 talents or more, but we prioritize it first. That you could do. I mean, I have one of my clients, she's a counselor, she studied counseling, and she wants to be, she does program with young adults, from church, and she's a pastor's wife, and she's looking to start a business. And I said, okay, but she's like, oh, so how can I charge? How can I do this and all that? And I said, okay, so we put a strategy in place. And one of the strategies and packages that we create is for her to be having one-to-one. Though in the case of a pastor, it's different. But you just have to look for ways, maybe writing books, creating some special program for people that is outside church that you can monetize. If God has blessed you with that wisdom to be able to support others and hold them, create some services, some programs that you could be run that is outside church. It's not part of the charity. So things like that will help. And where can you find your customers? We are talking about online now. Use social media. Social media is a big subject. We're not doing that today, but it's very important to know where your customers are. Don't go and sign up to a social media if your customers are not there. There's no need. There is no point if you intend to sell your product online. First, determine who your customer is. Part of the psychography that you're going to do is to find out their age group, their income bracket, where they live, where you can find them, maybe physically online. So for instance, that you're service-based, you produce services, you might probably find your customers on LinkedIn. So that you do products, and you use a lot of graphics, images. You probably find some of your clients on Instagram. If you know that you deal with young adults, kids, you probably find them on TikTok or Instagram. So you want to know all this. That is where you want your account to be, so that you can easily reach your customers and you can follow them. So now it's an activity to describe your create your customer profile. We call it customer avatar. So I'm going to stop here because of time, and I will take questions. So opportunity in the digital economy. That just back up, follow nicely to what we just talked about. So when you look at this analysis here, you see the world internet user in 2007, and this is 2020, Q3. Did you notice the shifts there? Did you notice the shift to Africa? So which means we have more opportunities. More Africans are now going online to showcase their business, to promote their products and services. So why wouldn't you take the advantage of that and reach wider audience, not just targeting our immediate friends and family? Because if we do that, we can break even. So there is opportunity out there for us to reach out. Does anyone have any questions at all? If nobody have question, I could just cover 2 more slides, I think. Does anyone have any question, because we have Q&A? Anyone with questions? Okay, I guess no for now. So for people who have business already, application of business innovation in today's world, you see things are changing. Things are changing. You look at COVID, what COVID has done. This should have been expected, whether COVID or no COVID. Anyway, things are rapidly changing every day. And that means we are to change. We have to change as well. We have to get along with that new things that are coming. So in order to be able to run the kind of business that fits into today's world of business, you need to review your current product and services. Do they meet the standard? Do they meet the need of the people? Then look for the opportunity that are available with what you currently have. So innovation and transformation does not mean you should create new products or services. You could redesign the one you currently have. You could create new ones. You could split the one you have into different packages. So for instance, somebody selling a bottle of water, you sell 500 ml. I mean, my husband just went shopping and I say, get me some water somewhere. And there are two packages they have, 250 ml, they have 500 ml. With the 500 ml, the kids just drink it halfway, they throw the bottle away. I say, no, don't buy me that one. Buy me the 250 ml. So you can imagine that opportunity is not there. I might go elsewhere to shop because they don't have what I need. So innovation will only improve the chances of your business surviving, especially in this world that we have. So we should have that, we should embrace innovation. Advertisements, no. Advertisements is a big area. You are talking about marketing. It's a big area. But I will try on Saturday's session, I will try to cover a little bit about marketing. Advertisements comes later. Marketing strategies is a first place. In fact, the first place is branding, which is what we are really covering on Saturday. Then you now do your marketing strategies, then advertisements. So I'll try to see if I can put in some marketing on Saturday session. So you can adopt some of this below strategy in order to show innovation in your business. First thing is rebranding. So you want to review what you're currently doing. Are you doing the right thing? Are you attracting the right people? Do you have the right product at the right price? Are you reaching your customer at the right place at the right time? Is it well packaged? Is it the package that is attractive enough? Do people know you? So you do your rebranding. Then strong online presence is very vital now. If you must go places, if you want to be known. Somebody say, my guess is your advice is for people to become entrepreneur. How will you advise wage earner? Let me see. Is this a question? Okay, thank you for that question, Oladapo. Let me see if we can get on question after this slide. Then we can take the questions together. I'm going to get on that question first. Okay, so we do strong online presence is very important. Digital process and automation. So which means you want to convert some of your resources, your repetitive tasks into automation. Normally, if you are to be client, I'm doing program for the client, I will have sent an email reminder. It's not me doing it. I've already set it up to send a reminder to you. If you sign up for any of my courses, which I will share with you, some free ones. If you sign up, immediately you sign up, you get an email, you get a welcome email, you get video, welcome video, you got all sorts of things. They are automated. It's not me just, I've done this in the past, obviously. I put my time in it, but it takes the stress off me. And it makes the life of your customer easy as well. And it also shows that people can buy your products anywhere in the world, whether products or services. Even if you're selling products, you want to explore how can I ship internationally and things like that. Okay, so I saw a question. I'm going to address this question now. Okay, pricing and the packaging while creating various options for your customer, as I said in the example. Brand new concept, entire new products concept you can bring into your product to add to the existing one. Collaboration, co-branding, co-creating, crowdfunding, they are ill thing now. Just look out for somebody to share your values. Before you go into any collaboration, partnering, check that you have the same values, similar values, not necessarily the same. Similar value, but same vision. Same one vision. If there's but, don't go into it because you're going to split out and the business wouldn't progress. So look out for somebody who is good at something. So for instance, now I collaborate with other people who do other areas, maybe for instance, the example that I use, somebody who is supporting single parent, I could go do speaking there. I could prepare an activity for them, things like that. Look for other people, you're baking a cake, collaborate with somebody who is cooking, collaborate with the decorator, and be in the same thing, and they can be showcasing their prices. When they are tendering cakes price or quotation to their client, they send yours as well, and you give them commission. So we call it affiliate. So you have all sorts of affiliate programs. So for instance, my program, if you join my program after you complete, I'll give you an affiliate code. If you invite somebody, you get certain percentage off. So these are other ways that you can show innovation. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Let's take some questions because our time is well spent. I have another meeting at 2:30. I'm going to jump in. So what would the solution be? Okay, I think we've done this one. Advertisement, I think I've responded to that, hopefully. Okay, so somebody said, my guess is your advice for entrepreneur. How will you advise wage earner? Okay, so somebody asked me this question before. Does that mean that I can't fulfill my purpose when I'm doing 9-to-5 job? And the answer is yes, you can fulfill your purpose even when you're doing 9-to-5. The thing here is not that everybody must be an entrepreneur, but what is important is that whatever you're doing, you're fulfilling your purpose. You're making an impact. That is the number one thing. However, having said that, when you look at it depends on your values, and that was why I said all those things earlier on. Somebody like me, I love my freedom. Even though I work now, I'm beginning to look, speak to my office where I can reduce my hours because I got so much going on. I love my freedom. When you look at it at 9-to-5, our employer, they control our lives. They control when you can go on leave. They control when you can be with your family. They control when you can go on holiday. They control your time, start time. Even if the contract says start at 9, hey, your manager can say, hey, that deadline, you need to be in the office at 7. You don't have a choice, if you know what I mean. So if you are the type that one of your values is freedom, then you know that this is not a place for me to be. 2, when you look at it, I give an example that some of the people that I support these days, it's really giving me concern. There are only people, when people get to age 50, that's when they realize that, no, I'm in the wrong place. I need to have started. They now they want to start planning for their retirement at 60. By that time, they spent all the good parts of their life making the directors, increasing the dividends of other people. They spent their energy, their wisdom, their talent, enriching the stakeholders, helping them to fulfill their own dreams. What about our dreams? What about your dreams? So I think if you look at it this way, you now decide, you now think of, okay, where do I stand? Do I really want something for myself that I can control myself? I can really, drive myself towards achieving what I want to achieve. So I don't know if I answered that question well. And the next question says, what do you do when you want to increase the price of your products due to current situation in the current country, and some of your clients are telling you that they will leave you? Okay, good. I love that question. That's a great question. Now, first of all, the thing about pricing is that a lot of us, when we are doing pricing, we just look at the money. So when you're doing your pricing, apart from you doing your costing, being an accountant, being your costing, your expenditure, and you now had, whether you want to add a percentage, but truly, your price should be based on values that you're giving. I don't know if you do understand that. The price you're charging on the product should be based on the value they receive. Now, this is where it gets tricky. And that is why you cannot afford to do what other people are doing. Because if you do, you all have that one price. Then the buyer, they control you. They control the price, rather. That is why you need to consider your branding, your marketing strategy, and other things, the things we spoke at the very beginning about our mission and vision. Being uniquely placed. Let me put it that way. So in a case where you cannot do that, customers will determine your price because they will threaten you that I will go to your competitors. But when you have something unique that you're selling, I'm going to share a bit about Saturday. We're going to be looking at branding. And that was why I choose that. Let's talk about branding because a lot of you hear about it, but they miss out on it. So you need to be uniquely placed. If a customer see value in what you're giving them, they will not threaten you, they want to leave. They will actually want to stay with you because they know they get value from you. It's only when they know they can get the same thing elsewhere, that is when they bring about, can I, buy elsewhere? Can you reduce the price? How effective are newsletters? Newsletters are powerful. They are powerful, and it's something you want to, effect in your marketing plan. So, irrespective of what you do, whether you're selling products, services, it's something you want to effect in your marketing plan. Obviously, it takes a bit of technicality in terms of, automating it. You don't want to be sitting down and writing. I love to write. Honestly, I love to write. I love to talk, but sometimes things like newsletter is not a thing you want to be doing every day. So it takes a lot of commitment, but it's a wonderful way to generate leads. That is a topic on marketing. Online presence, how? Right. Strong online presence is part of the thing you need to do to build your recognized brand. When you look at it, when you have a product or service you're selling, probably within the group, the Compro group that we have, I am there as well. We have over 100 people. That's a huge number. Honestly, it is a huge number. Now, imagine whatever you sell. Do you just want to be selling to 100 people? Let's even assume all of them buy from you, which I doubt. Do you want to be selling to just those 150 people? No. Do you just want to be selling to your friends and you are begging them? Have you seen my new products? Hey, I didn't see you in my shop. You said you were coming, you were not coming. You don't want to. You want to reach out. And now, in order for you, how many people have checked, you've tried to buy something and you are looking for recommendation? Can I see a witness? Whether you are buying online or physically and you're looking for somebody to recommend or you're reading review, how many? I'm sure many of us has witnessed it. So what is that? Credibility. We call it credibility. So credibility in the sense that people know you, they trust you. That is part of your branding. In order for you to achieve this, you need to go online. Unfortunately, you can't achieve it in that small group that we have. That means you need to constantly engaging with your audience online. They trust you. Once they see your logo, they see your name, they know what is coming on. They know you for your brand. They know you for your brand values. You start gaining credibility. Once you start gaining credibility, you become invisible. You're sharing something, you're sharing a product or valuable thing, they're sharing it among their friends and family. Hopefully I answered that well. Okay, strong online presence. Thank you. I'm not sure newsletters are powerful here in the US as we are daily. Well, yes, there's tons of information out there, honestly, but you know what? Despite all the informations, how many emails do we receive a day and all that? And that is why you select your customers. You create a small niche for yourself. So you are only attracting people who can connect with you naturally, people who want to hear from you. So newsletter is just a part of your marketing plan. It's just a part because basically newsletter, is sharing maybe your news, maybe you have new product or you're sharing some valuable things. As much as possible, I would say, using your newsletter, don't just be putting news on what you do, what you sell. People are bored of hearing what you do. The truth is that customers don't care about you. No. The world that we are all self-centered. So customers don't care about you. They care about themselves. And that is why we must put customer in front of whatever we do. So whatever you're sharing, whatever you're giving to the customer, even in form of your newsletter, it's something that is valuable to them, something that is useful. So it's not going to be selly. It's about helping them. It's about supporting them, sharing some valuable content that will add value to them. Thank you, Oladapo. I'm not gonna, okay. Quickly, I'm just gonna share a few things in the charts. Few books that I've read. I have read many books that has helped me. So I'm gonna share some of them with you. I'm gonna put links on the chat box. I'm looking for my sidebar. Okay. So I have an affiliate link, affiliate with Amazon. So anybody can do that, to be honest. So basically, you promote some books for Amazon and they pay you some commission, especially audiobooks. Does anyone use audiobooks? So audiobooks is what I use because I can't read book anymore. It's too time consuming for me. But with audiobooks, I could read when I'm reading, when I'm walking, when I'm cooking, when I'm commuting. So audiobook is really good. And honestly, leaders are readers and readers are leaders. So we just have to continue, continuous to educate ourselves is very, very important. And that is one culture that I think, we don't really have, but it's very, very important, that we continue to educate ourselves, because the thing is that the world is changing, honestly. Even the customers that we are supporting, they are searching for the best. I don't know if you shop online a lot, you're comparing prices, isn't it? You're comparing which has a better price, better values. People don't mind paying more as long as, there is value in it. Okay, so I'm sharing some link there. So you might want to copy it out and go onto the link. The first thing is I have an online community for entrepreneurs that we run. We meet twice a month. It's basically for startup and people already been in business. Ideally, even though we have people who haven't started among us, well, ideally the group is for people who already started their business. We treat different topics of tools, strategies to grow business. The first session we discuss a topic like this, and they go with homework. For instance, next week we are meeting, we're dealing with the social media, and they're going to have homework to create a post on social media, which is going to show them, give them an homework, go and create 2 posts, schedule it, and get going. So it's giving them, hands-on practical of what they need to grow their business. That's what we do in that group. It's not free. It's £25 a month. It's a membership subscription, and there are other benefits that is included in that group as well. The second one, number 2, is the books that have helped me. So as I said, if you click on it, it will take you to Amazon. Don't be afraid. You're on a safe hand and you can buy your book there. What comes to me is maybe 5p or 1p of the commission that Amazon will pay me, but it's just every little drops of water. So it's something I can help you with if you want to be an affiliate as well. And then number 3, if you want, for the people who have joined today, which I really appreciate you leaving your time to join, if you want to take advantage of having a 30-minute consultation with me, I'm dropping the link here as well. You can book a 30-minute session with me. Probably you're a business owner or you don't have a business. I can have that 30 minutes to kind of look at where you are and where you want to go to, and some tips and strategy on how you can get there. Number 4, I'm giving you access to one of our courses, Driving Your Own Success, which is more or less about planning our life goals and how to achieve our life goals. So that one is free access for you. So I don't know if anyone still have any questions at all. Any questions, any suggestion, please? And As I've mentioned, I will really, really, really appreciate your feedback on this, even though this one is like in-house thing, but I will appreciate your feedback. Maybe the one we'll do on Saturday, if there's anything we can do better to make it even more better and fun. And also, please don't forget that material that I shared. If you have any question in completing that, you could probably reach out personally and I can provide the guide again. I will also be sharing the recording. I think I'll find a way to share it in the group so that everybody can access it. Yeah. Anyone have any questions? Let me stop sharing. We can see each other. Thank you, Oladapo. Thank you. Does anyone have any feedback? Any questions, comments? Thank you, Asafi. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Adini. Thank you. Thank you, Wally. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just to say that the second link, I think it's the second link, will also take you to my site, to my education platform, where I have various online courses there. Yeah, the first one, sorry. Yeah, even the second one will take you to our Talent Academy. So in case you want to share it with anybody, please feel free. So if you don't have any questions, I'll see you all on Saturday. And once again, I want to say thank you so, so much for taking the time to be here at this moment in time when you're supposed to be having lunch or doing something. Thank you, Adeniyi. People from outside to participate on Saturday. Right, yeah, why not? Yeah, yeah, we can get people, we can invite people to participate on Saturday, yeah? Why not? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.